May I now request you all to please resume your seats and turn your gaze to the sea. Now from the left approaches 3 Chetak helicopters in a banner formation, proudly flying the national flag and the naval ensign. This formation is led by Commander Alok Raj, Flight Commander C21 Vizag Flight, accompanied by Commander Arun Raj and Lieutenant Commander Canal.
आज फिर आसमान गूंजेगा, भारत का साहस ऊंचा उड़ेगा, गरजेंगे पंख, दहकेगा गगन, देखेगा जब ये है हमारा वचन। तैयार रहिए उस पल के लिए जब भारत उड़ेगा और इतिहास गूंजेगा।
Look towards the left as 3 magnificent Chetak helicopters are approaching the grandstand, led by Commander Kaustubh Deshmukh, Commanding Officer, Indian Naval Air Squadron 321. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to request you all to kindly look back towards the screen. You are now able to see the cockpit view from the Chetak helicopters.
जीवन की रक्षा करने वाले नौसेना का मान, एंजल्स के नाम से मशहूर चेतक विमान।
Give it away for these 3 indigenous advanced light helicopters flying in arrowhead formation. The formation is led by Captain Saurabh Srivastava, Commanding Officer, INAS 324.
బాణముకల నిర్మాణంలో వస్తున్న స్వదేశీయంగా నిర్మించబడ్డ 3 ALS హెలికాప్టర్లు మనం చూస్తున్నాము. ఈ నిర్మాణానికి నేతృత్వం వహిస్తున్నది కెప్టెన్ సౌరభ్ శ్రీవాస్తవ.
Now appearing in front of us are 3 Seeking 42 Charlie helicopters being led by Commander Yuvraj Kumar, Commanding Officer, INAS 350.
रेडियो सज्जनों, आप अपनी दृष्टि स्क्रीन की ओर घुमाइए और सीकिंग का लाइव कॉकपिट व्यू देखिए। क्षितिज, समुद्र और मिशन बिल्कुल उसी तरह जैसे उसके चालक दल देख रहे हैं।
Now appearing in front of us is a Kamu 28 helicopter being piloted by Commander Priyadarshi Paritosh, Commanding Officer, INAS 333.
ఇప్పుడు మన ముందు ఒక కామో 28 హెలికాప్టర్ చూడగలము. దీనికి నాయకత్వం వహిస్తున్నది కమాండర్ శ్రీదర్శి పరితోష్.
Coming up from left are 3 Kamu 31 helicopters being led by Captain Venkatesh, Commanding Officer, INAS 339.
कामो 31 लंबी दूरी की निगरानी एवं अर्ली वार्निंग के लिए डिजाइन किया गया है, जो नौसेना बेड़े की पहुंच को क्षितिज से कहीं आगे तक विस्तारित करता है।
The Kamu 31 is designed on long-range surveillance and early warning, extending the reach of the fleet far beyond the horizon.
कामो 31 का यहाँ अभी आपके सामने से जो निकला, इसका संचालन कैप्टन वेंकटेश, कमांडिंग ऑफिसर, INS 339 द्वारा किया गया है।
Ladies and gentlemen, look right in front of you and get ready to be enthralled by a majestic display of aerial prowess, testament to India's growing maritime might by 3 multi-role helicopters, the MS-16 Romeos.
భారతదేశం యొక్క సముద్ర శక్తికి నిదర్శనంగా 3 మల్టీ రోల్ హెలికాప్టర్లు MS-60R ద్వారా అద్భుతమైన ప్రదర్శనను చూసి ముగ్ధులవ్వడానికి సిద్ధంగా ఉండండి. परिजनों, आपके सामने से आ रहे हैं 3 मल्टी रोल हेलीकॉप्टर MH-60R एक भव्य एवं क्रमिक दक्षता प्रदर्शन के लिए साक्षी बनने हेतु तैयार हो जाइए।
The majestic MH-60Rs are demonstrating the capability of their advanced self-protection suite. The formation is led by Captain Virendra Bish. The Seahawk in 4th echelon is being piloted by Lieutenant Commander Shivam Jadhav and Starboard echelon by Captain Abhijit Garud.
जोरदार तालियों से आप स्वागत कीजिए विश्व की सर्वाधिक उन्नत हेलीकॉप्टर में से एक MH-60R का। ये हेलीकॉप्टर्स जो फायर करके निकले हैं, ये अपनी उन्नत सेल्फ प्रोटेक्शन सूट की क्षमता का प्रदर्शन करके गए।
Passing in front of you are 2 immediate support vessels of the Indian Navy. The first ISV Tango 40 is being commanded by Lieutenant Commander Sai Krishna Bilipati, and the second one Tango 39 is being commanded by Lieutenant Commander Samir Sharma. The ISVs are agile sentinels of maritime security. Ladies and gentlemen, watch out for the 3 MiGs coming from right ahead. The Panthers, as they approach in an arrowhead formation and perform a bomb burst maneuver. Firing players leading the formation is Captain Snehal Sood, accompanied by maneuver is one of the most iconic aerial displays in fighter aviation. Watch as the formation flies together in perfect unity. Ladies and gentlemen, look right in front for the 5 Hawks, the Phantoms, as they approach in an arrowhead formation and perform a bomb burst maneuver. The formation is led by Captain and Commander BK Sharma. Ladies and gentlemen, up next we have the amphibian demonstration. Amphibian demonstrations are among the most complex missions in modern warfare, seamlessly integrating naval and land combat craft. Today you are witnessing a demonstration by a platoon of BMP-2 infantry fighting vehicles from the 16th Battalion of the Mechanized Infantry. Ladies and gentlemen, watch as the BMPs are turning their turrets and the platoon commander is saluting the dais.
अभी आपके सामने है मैकेनाइज्ड इन्फेंट्री समन्वित युद्धक क्षमता, गति और मारक शक्ति का बहुत शानदार प्रदर्शन देती है। इन वीर सैनिकों और इनकी शक्तिशाली भेंटी दो के लिए हम आपसे गुजारिश करते हैं कि उनका जोरदार तालियां बजाकर उत्साहवर्धन करते रहें।
On the left, you can now see the 4 BMP-2 advancing in tactical formation. With highly mobile amphibious platforms combined with protection, firepower and speed on the battlefield. The leading 2 BMPs are now advancing to occupy tactical firing positions. This maneuver is known as the leapfrog. As the forward vehicles secure positions, the rear BMPs now surge ahead, maintaining momentum while providing covering fire. This coordinated movement ensures constant pressure and battlefield dominance.
BMP-2 భారతదేశంలో శరత్ అనే పేరుతో ప్రసిద్ధి చెందిన ఈ యుద్ధ వాహనం సైనికులను కవచ రక్షణలో సురక్షితంగా తరలించడంతో పాటు శక్తివంతమైన కాల్పుల సామర్థ్యాన్ని కలిగి ఉంటుంది.
Watch the BMPs turn and forming up in the staggered line head formation, enabling rapid maneuver and simultaneous engagement of targets. Now the BMPs deploy a smoke screen, concealing movement, disrupting enemy observation and enhancing survivability while maintaining operational control.
जिसे भारत की भारत भी कहा जाता है, सैनिकों को सुरक्षा प्रदान करने में रणभूमि तक पहुंचाने में सक्षम है। 30 mm की तोप, मशीन गन और एंटी टैंक मिसाइल प्रणाली से लैस ये वाहन विविध भूभागों में संचालन हेतु डिजाइन किया जाता है। उच्च हिमालयी दरों से लेकर नदी पार अभियानों तक इसकी अभ्यंतर क्षमता इसे विशेष सामरिक बढ़त प्रदान करती है।
Ladies and gentlemen, let me redirect your attention to the blue skies, which will soon be studied by the magnificent aircraft operated by the Indian Navy and Coast Guard. Now from your left, you can see a formation of 4 Dornier patrol aircraft in diamond formation, led by Commander Abhinav Handa, Commanding Officer of Indian Naval Air Squadron 311.
తర్వాత ఇండియన్ నేవల్ ఎయిర్ స్క్వాడ్రన్ 311 యొక్క కమాండింగ్ ఆఫీసర్ కమాండర్ అభినవ్ హండా నేతృత్వంలోని 4 డోనియర్ పెట్రోల్ ఎయిర్ క్రాఫ్ట్లు వజ్రాకృతిలో మనం చూడవచ్చు.
Ladies and gentlemen, look towards your left and see the 3 Coast Guard Dornier patrol aircraft, the Rangers, approaching in an arrowhead formation, led by Commandant A.R. Kalungal, Commanding Officer 744 Squadron. Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your gaze to the screens right behind you. You are now seeing the cockpit view of the Dornier, scanning the vast coastline from the pilot's perspective.
మీరు స్క్రీన్లో చూస్తున్నది పైలట్ కళ్ళతో కనిపించే దృశ్యం, కానీ టెన్షన్ వద్దు, ల్యాండింగ్ కూడా ఆయనదే.
These versatile maritime patrol and reconnaissance aircraft are fast and reliable. They monitor coastal waters and undertake search and rescue operations and surveillance missions, thus safeguarding India's vast coastline.
ये बहुउपयोगी मैरीटाइम पेट्रोल एवं रिकॉनेसेंस विमान तीव्र विश्वसनीय एवं सक्षम है।
Ladies and gentlemen, look towards your left at the Albatross, the majestic PHI of the Indian Navy, piloted by Captain Akshay Raja, Commanding Officer INAS 312.
ఇప్పుడు భారత నావికాదళానికి చెందిన గంభీరమైన పిఎటై వస్తుంది.
Firing flares, this indomitable aircraft is demonstrating its advanced self-defense suit. Based on the Boeing 737, the PHI is a long-range reconnaissance aircraft equipped with foreign and indigenous sensors for reconnaissance, anti-submarine operations and electronic intelligence. Ladies and gentlemen, from your left, you can now see 2 ALH and 6 Chetak helicopters approaching the grandstand. You will soon witness the helicopters performing search and rescue demonstrations. gentlemen, look right ahead and you can see two Sea-King 42 Charlie helicopters approaching the beach. You would soon witness a coordinated multi-helo special operation. The helicopters would insert Marine Commandos to destroy a mock enemy oil rig. The team is led by Commander Yuvraj Kumar, Commanding Officer INAS 350.
ఇప్పుడు మన ముందు సమన్వయంతో కూడిన మల్టీ హెలో స్పెషల్ ఆపరేషన్ ను చూస్తాము. ఒక సీకింగ్ హెలికాప్టర్ మరీన్ కమాండోలను ప్రవేశపెట్టి కృత్రిమంగా ఏర్పాటు చేసిన ఆయిల్ రిగ్ ను నాశనం చేస్తాయి.
आपके ठीक सामने हम एक समन्वित मल्टी हेलो स्पेशल ऑपरेशन देख रहे हैं. दो सीकिंग 42 चार्ली हेलीकॉप्टर मरीन कमांडो को एक मॉक वन में रेस्ट करने हेतु उतारे.
Speeding through crashing waves using orange smoke to indicate depth of attack. These incredible assault boats are used by integral commanders of the Indian Navy, the Prahars, who belong to the Special Forces Unit INS Kern. Their motto is the few, the fearless. These jetties are now positioned under the Sea-King to commence slithering operation. This is led by Lieutenant Anmol.
దాడి లోతును సూచించడానికి నారింజరంగు పొగను ఉపయోగించి అలల గుండా వేగంగా దూసుకుపోతున్న ఈ గాలితో కూడిన గాలి పడవలను భారత నావికాదళానికి చెందిన ధైర్యవంతులైన కమాండోలు ఉపయోగిస్తున్నారు. ప్రహార్లు అని పిలువబడే వీరు ఐఎన్ఎస్ కర్నల్ చెందిన వారు. వారి నినాదం ద ఫ్యూ ద ఫియర్లెస్. కొంతమందే కానీ సాహసవంతులు.
Ladies and gentlemen, look towards the screen and see the cockpit view of this Marco slithering down from the Sea-King helicopter. You know, the Marcos are slithering down with fearless precision. Every hour, every moment is deliberate. This is raw combat synergy, air power and special forces in flawless action.
ఇదిగో లైవ్ కాక్పిట్ వ్యూ. ఒక్కసారైనా ఇది నడిపే భాగంలో అనిపిస్తుంది కదా.
ये सीकिंग 42 चार्ली का लाइव कॉकपिट व्यू है. इलेक्ट्रिक टेस्टिंग पर एडिंग और स्टेज. आप उसी दृष्टि से मिशन को देख रहे हैं जैसे चालक कर दे रहा है. इनके मार्को निर्भीक सटीकता के साथ सीकिंग कर रहे हैं. हर ओवर, हर हलचल सोच समझ कर. यह है वास्तविक युद्धक समय.
Slithering is a rapid way to deploy Marine Commandos when helicopters can not fly. The Sea-King helicopters are being piloted by Commander Yuvraj Kumar and Commander Rakesh Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian Navy is the only navy in Asia with the capability to conduct airborne insertion of special operations rigs, a complex and highly specialized combat skill. In 2024, this capability was demonstrated in spectacular fashion in a daring, flawlessly coordinated operation. Indian Marine Commandos were deployed nearly 2,600 kilometers away from our shores. Their mission to rescue the hijacked vessel MV Ruin and its crew from Somali pirates. It involved dropping the boats and the commandos via the Indian Air Force's C-17 Globemaster aircraft, followed by a precision parachute descent by the Marines. A Sea-King helicopter has now returned to recover the commandos from their assault boats.
ఒక సీకింగ్ హెలికాప్టర్ ఇప్పుడు డ్రైవర్లను వారి దాడి చేసే పడవల నుండి రక్షించడానికి తిరిగి వచ్చింది.
The operation lasted for 35 hours and resulted in the surrender of 35 pirates and the safety of the 17 crew members in the boat without a single casualty. Ladies and gentlemen, you can now see the commandos rapidly hooking onto the line from the helicopter.
अब और कमांडोज को हेलीकॉप्टर से लेकर के सिंगल लाइन से 3 करके ढूंढते हुए देख सकते हैं।
While there is a seeking helicopter circling the perimeter to provide air cover to the slithering commandos.
ఇప్పుడు ఈ కమాండోలు హెలికాప్టర్ నుండి దిగిన కాడికి వేగంగా బుక్ అవుతున్నట్టు చూడవచ్చు.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are now witnessing a classic special forces consumption by a hovering seaplane. The Marcos are deployed in swift, silent, and surgically precise. Ladies and gentlemen, and now look at the Marcos fly away with ease, still hooked on to the helicopter in a daring display of courage and precision.
హెలికాప్టర్ కు తాడుతో ఉన్న అనుసంధానంగా ఉన్న కమాండోలు నియంత్రణతో పైకి ఎగురుతూ వెళ్తున్నారు. వారి శిక్షణ, ధైర్యం మరియు సమన్వయం ఈ దృశ్యంలో స్పష్టంగా కనిపిస్తున్నాయి.
तू कर प्रहार बार बार, निश्चय कर हो जा तैयार, पाप से धरती को पड़ते हैं तेरे कदम कहाँ, जल में हो या थल में हो, शत्रु का तू कर संहार।
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our Marine Commandos who are streaming with orange smoke from their hands. Watch the Marine Commandos mark their presence across the skies, a striking symbol of precision and combat readiness. Ladies and gentlemen, please draw your attention to the right, to the oil rig.
देवियों सज्जनों, दाईं ओर ऑयल रिग की ओर देखें।
ఇప్పుడు కుడివైపు ఉన్న ఆయిల్ రిగ్ ను చూడండి.
The clearance divers of the Indian Navy in their combat role undertake underwater sabotage attacks on the enemy ships inside harbors and vital offshore installations that include oil-rig platforms and their subsea pipelines. The demolition of enemy's critical oil production facilities proves decisive in warfare. The underwater. Ladies and gentlemen, look right towards the oil rig. This precise explosion was undertaken by the Explosives Ordnance Disposal Team of Clearance Divers led by Lieutenant Ronak Pai and Vijay, Master Chief Petty Officer, Clearance Diver. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for our Clearance Divers for undertaking such a precise explosion. Ladies and gentlemen, look right ahead and prepare yourself for raw power, speed and precision in the skies. In the next few moments, you will witness a thrilling demonstration of combat maneuvers, showcasing the aircraft's exceptional agility, rapid acceleration, detections by enemy radar while looking their best.
తక్కువ ఎత్తులో యుద్ధ జట్లను ఎగరడానికి అధిక స్థాయి నైపుణ్యం అవసరం.
Ladies and gentlemen, in tactical maneuvers. anti-ship missiles, precision-guided bombs, and electronic warfare suits. When it flies from the deck of INS Vikrant, these jets virtually establish a no-fly zone or a no-sail zone in and around the carrier battle group. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the same carrier battle group comprising destroyers, frigates, and replenishment ships centered on Vikrant has dominated the North Arabian Sea during Oxen rule. And behold, some of these warriors are in fact anchored right in front of him. Fighting players, watch at the majestic
MiG-29 पायलट कर्नल
अभी और आएगा एक और। अब कहाँ से आएगा? इससे पहले
MiG-29 के भारतीय नौसेना का अत्याधुनिक विमान वाहक को आधारित मल्टी रोल लड़ाकू विमान है, जिसकी वायु श्रेष्ठता और सटीक हमलों के लिए डिजाइन किया गया है। 2010 में शामिल यह विमान INS विक्रमादित्य और INS विक्रांत जैसे विमान वाहक पोतों से संचालित होता है और समुद्री अभियानों में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाता है। 2200 किलोमीटर प्रति घंटा का अधिकतम गति के साथ यह उन्नत RD-33M के इंजनों से लैस है, जो इस विविध परिस्थितियों में बेहतरीन प्रदर्शन करने में सक्षम बनाते हैं। ये आधुनिक एविएशन नक्स, रडार और फ्लाई बाय वायर नियंत्रण प्रणाली से सुसज्जित हैं, जिसमें वायु से वायु मिसाइलें, जहाज और इनकी क्षमता गतिशाली संचालन क्षमता हेतु बढ़ाती है।
Ladies and gentlemen, now look towards the left and be ready to gasp. You will witness a daring display of precision flying by 3 MiGs and 4 Hawk jets.
ఇప్పుడు మీరు చూసినట్లయితే 3 మిగ్స్ మరియు 4 హాక్ జెట్ల
Hawk is the stepping stone. Hawk is the stepping stone for every pilot of the Indian Navy and transforms young trainee cadets into highly trained, skilled fighter pilots. The formation was led by Captain Adnan Latel, while the formation of MiGs was led by Captain Snehal Sood. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the MiG-29K with its Sandeep Katkar, the aircraft firing flares demonstrated its breathtaking display of precision and speed, leaving the sea shaking under her weight.
मेघ को यो चीर कर प्रकट विकट विमान हो, वज्र तेरी गर्जना आतंक में आसमान हो, शत्रुओं का नाश तो तय ही है समझ लो ये, आकाश पर विजय का ये मिग में जो अरमान हो, आकाश पर विजय का ये मिग में जो अरमान हो, देवियों सज्जनों जोरदार तालियां हो जाए।
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of the operational demonstration. Now please move your gaze from the seas and the skies to the pristine beach road right in front of you. This road, which is usually full of hustle and bustle of city life, is soon going to transform into a melting pot of the diverse culture that Milan has brought together. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's begin the colorful, cheerful and charming International City Parade. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now witness the horrified dance by the girl cadets of the Sea Cadet Corps of the Eastern Naval Command.
जगह मिल जाएगी, जगह की दिक्कत नहीं हो तो मैं ले आऊँगा। चलो भैया, चलो ज़्यादा साइड देना चलो। अन्ना अन्ना चौक दे चलो। चलो मैं लेके आता हूँ ऊपर की जरूरत ही नहीं है। मुकेश भाई, जरा जल्दी साइड दे भैया। अरे आगे से जाओ। मोबाइल, हेलो मोबाइल, साइड हो जाओ। Other side.
We also came to show. We also came to promote the.
Which one? Brother, थोड़ा side हो जाओ.
You came late.
Side हो जाओ, brother. भाई पीछे हो जाओ यार. मोबाइल वाले कैमरा लाइव जा रहा है. लाइव जा रहा है ब्रदर. लाइव जा रहा है. साइड हो जाओ. भाई साइड हो जा. कौन सा मीडिया भाई? पीछे हो जा.
फर्स्ट उన్నారు भाई अपन बैक साइड उన్నారు. कैमरे के सामने.
केवल एक प्रस्तुति नहीं बल्कि जहाज पर सेलर्स के जीवन और उनकी ड्यूटी से जीवन है। एवं और सच में ठीक है कौन के लिए जोरदार तालियां बजाएं।
ब्रदर योर कैप
And now, please welcome the young, motivated and dynamic cadets of the National Cadet Corps. To Shakti Nrityam, they salute Shakti, the eternal force of courage, righteousness and inner strength.
शक्ति नृत्य के माध्यम से वे उस सनातन शक्ति को नमन करते हैं जो साहस, धर्म और नैतिक बल का प्रतीक है। नव दुर्गा की प्रेरणा और सद्गुणों की विजय का संदेश लिए हुए यही वे मूल्य हैं जिन्हें एनसीसी युवाओं में विकसित करता है। चरित्र, एकता और राष्ट्र सेवा की भावना। प्रेमियों और सज्जनों, जोरदार तालियों के साथ स्वागत कीजिए शक्ति नृत्यम का।
Manjunath
मदालतां मञ्जुलवाग्विलासाम् माहेन्द्रनीलद्युति कोमलाङ्गी माहेन्द्रनीलद्युति कोमलाङ्गी मातङ्गकन्यां मनसा स्मरामि
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a huge round of applause for the talented cadets of the NCC, mesmerizers with Shakti Nrityam. Drill is the pleasure of discipline, and to watch the smart and fit men and women marching to the tunes of military band is a privilege. The marching contingents are about to arrive. Starting with the parade commander, Commander Pramod P. Bhandilke. Following right behind him are officers of the guard, Lieutenant Commander Adarsh Iyer and Lieutenant Commander Amandeep Singh. Marching in front of the dais are flag bearers, carrying the flags of proud participating countries, symbolizing navies of the world united through oceans, led by Senior Under Officer B. Giri Prakash.
सलामी मंच के सामने अब आ रहा है भारतीय नौसेना का मार्चिंग कंटिजेंट, जिसका नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं लेफ्टिनेंट पवन कुमार गंडू। कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर सजे कदमों के साथ नौसेना के जोशीले जय भारती की धुन पर मार्च करते हुए
जिनका आदर्श वाक्य है वयम रक्षामः, अर्थात हम रक्षा करते हैं। यत्र तत्र सर्वत्र को यथार्थ करते हुए तटरक्षक बल का यह मार्चिंग कंटिंजेंट पूर्ण अनुशासन और दृढ़ संकल्प के साथ सलामी मंच की ओर अग्रसर है, जिसका नेतृत्व कर रहे हैं डिप्टी कमांडेंट अतुल कुमार वर्मा।
The poison pride with which Captain K.S.A. Naidu retired leads the veteran contingent, comprising distinguished ex-servicemen of the Indian Navy. Among these proud, forever young warriors, we are deeply honored to have the war veterans of the 1965 and 1971 Indo-Pak War. In Hindi, the word "kal" signifies both yesterday and tomorrow. And perhaps that is why, as we look back with pride, we continue to follow in the ways of our predecessors.
కెడెట్ మన్మోహన్ మిశ్రా నేతృత్వంలో కోరుకొండ సైనిక్ స్కూల్ బృందం గర్వంగా ప్రవర్తిస్తుంది. ఈ పాఠశాల రక్షణ దళాలలో అనేక మంది ఉన్నత స్థాయి అధికారులను మరియు పౌర రంగాలలో ముఖ్యమైన వ్యక్తులను అందించింది. The school has produced many high-ranking officers in the defense forces and present personalities in civil walks of life. Coming right in front of you is the mesmerizing contingent of the Navy Children's School Band, led by Miss Chandrababu.
You are now witnessing the Tri-Services National Cadet Corps contingent.
మీరు ఇప్పుడు నేషనల్ కెడెట్ కోర్ బృందాన్ని చూస్తున్నారు. వారి ఐక్యత మరియు క్రమశిక్షణ అనే నినాదానికి అనుగుణంగా సీనియర్ ఆఫీసర్ ఏ ప్రజ్ఞారాణి నేతృత్వంలో యువ కెడెట్లు గౌరవంగా మరియు గర్వంగా ప్రవర్తి చేయడం మీరు చూడవచ్చు.
Here come the young sea warriors of the Sea Cadet Corps of Visakhapatnam, led by Cadet Petty Officer E. Chandu.
Cadet Petty Officer E. Chandu ఆధ్వర్యంలో విశాఖపట్నం Sea Cadet Corps మరియు క్రమశిక్షణతో
Established in 2007, the organization for mounted police operations and following right behind are the brave greyhounds of the Andhra Pradesh Police Force, led by Assistant Assault Commander A. Kashi Vishwanath.
వేదిక దాటుతున్న ఏపీ పోలీస్ దళానికి చెందిన ధైర్యవంతమైన గ్రే హౌస్ ప్రత్యేక దళానికి నాయకత్వం వహిస్తున్నది అసిస్టెంట్ అసాల్ట్ కమాండర్ ఏ కాశీ విశ్వనాథ్.
Now approaching from the vast southern oceans and a proud maritime tradition, the Australian Navy contingent, led by Lieutenant Commander Andrew Kell, marches past the grandstand, reflecting professionalism and steadfast partnership.
From a nation of art, romance and timeless elegance, the French Navy contingent, led by Lieutenant Jeffrey Matthews, now marches past the grandstand.
Defenders of the sovereignty and territorial integrity is the Emerald of the Equator, the Indonesian Navy contingent led by Lieutenant Junior Grade Kemal Hamdani.
From a country steeped in rich history, diverse culture, tapestry, ancient rituals. Ladies and gentlemen, the contingent from Iran, led by Chandrababu, is crossing the grandstand.
From a nation at the crossroads of vital sea lanes, the Malaysian Navy contingent, led by Sub-Lieutenant Mohammed, passes by the grandstand symbolizing regional cooperation and maritime vigilance.
From the Aryan nation, guarding the heart of the Indian Ocean, the Maldives National Defense Force, Navy contingent,
Representing a nation shaped by rivers and seas, the Myanmar Navy contingent, led by Lieutenant Zhang Rain, now passes by the grandstand with purpose and pride.
Up next, we have the archipelagic nation bound by the sea, the Philippine Navy contingent, led by Lieutenant Commander Ronald G. Del Rosario, marching past the grandstand, embodying resilience and maritime strength.
Representing a nation of profound history and enduring cultural heritage, the Russian contingent led by three captains now
Is now passing, led by Cadet Petty Officer P.
South Africa.
From a nation deeply connected to the Indian Ocean, the Seychelles Coast Guard contingent, led by 2nd Lieutenant Benjamin Esprott, marches past the grandstand, reflecting commitment to maritime security
From the nation at the confluence of two great oceans, the South African Navy contingent, led by Sub-Lieutenant N. Zuba, now marches past the grandstand with strength and resolve.
From a close maritime neighbor in the Indian Ocean, the Sri Lankan Navy contingent, led by Lieutenant Commander G.P.S. Aldis, marches past the grandstand symbolizing friendship and shared maritime
Representing a nation with a rich maritime history and cultural depth, the Royal Thai Navy is led by Lieutenant Junior Gate Patipan Hanjuri, now marches past the grandstand with elegance and pride.
हो गया ना
From a nation with a rich martial history, the Vietnam People's Navy contingent, led by Senior Lieutenant Dan P.M., marches past the grandstand with determination and pride. We now present Kuchipudi, one of Andhra Pradesh's renowned classical dance form, known for its expressive storytelling and graceful movement. It beautifully blends devotion and artistry.
कुचिपुड़ी आंध्र प्रदेश की प्रसिद्ध शास्त्रीय नृत्य शैली है। भावपूर्ण अभिनय और सुंदर मुद्राओं के माध्यम से ये भक्ति और कला का सुंदर संगम प्रस्तुत करती है। Ladies and gentlemen, a huge round of